The FIFA World Cup is football's greatest celebration. Billions watch, millions travel. Entire nations stop and stare. But behind the packed stadiums, fireworks, and unforgettable goals lies a side of the World Cup most fans never see. A side measured not in trophies, but in billions of dollars. Hosting the World Cup is supposed to be an honor. But for many countries, it's also one of the most expensive decisions they will ever make. Governments spend billions building new stadiums, expanding airports, upgrading roads, and creating infrastructure designed for just a few weeks of football. The promise is simple: more tourism, more investment, more global prestige. But after the final whistle blows, some stadiums sit nearly empty. Massive arenas that once hosted the world's biggest matches become expensive monuments to a tournament that's already moved on. The question remains, was it really worth the cost? For supporters, attending a World Cup is becoming harder than ever. Ticket prices continue to rise. Flights become more expensive. Hotels raise rates as demand explodes. For many lifelong fans, the dream of watching their country play on football's biggest stage is becoming a luxury reserved for those who can afford it. What was once called the people's game is increasingly becoming a premium experience. And for some supporters, the cost of one World Cup trip can equal months of salary. The 2026 World Cup is the largest in history. 3 host nations, 16 host cities, thousands of miles between venues. For fans following their team, travel could mean multiple flights, different countries, visa requirements, and huge transportation costs. The tournament may be bigger than ever. But so are the logistical challenges. Following your team from the group stage to the final could become an exhausting and expensive journey. Football was built on passion, but modern World Cups generate billions in sponsorships, broadcasting rights, advertising deals, and corporate partnerships. Luxury hospitality packages can cost more than a small car. VIP experiences are marketed alongside the sport itself. Critics argue that football's biggest event is becoming less about fans and more about revenue. The World Cup is still magical, but many wonder whether the game is slowly drifting away from the people who made it great in the first place. The World Cup remains the greatest show in football, but behind every celebration is a question worth asking. When the final whistle blows, who really wins